What is up, YouTube? Your show Cycles coming at you with a quick PSA. If you know you're doing it wrong, stop. Just stop. So this is my Gary Fisher zabrano, and as you remember, the quilm or stem was stuck, which was this guy right here. So of course, what I should have done is just drilled out that center bolt. But I did it. I cut it right there and right there. I cut it. But right after I cut, I was like, oh, that's a 1 1/8. I don't have a 1 1/8. And that's where it started. But I'll get to that in a little bit. I'll get to that. I did get her finished. She was a little bit harder than I would want her to be because of that. But that was my fault. So what we have is a Gary Fisher zabrano. I'm not really sure. Why do Gary Fishers have to have weird names? And we'll go ahead and start with the triple crank dual SIS index from Shimano with Welgo U950 pedals. It's got the Shimano C101 front derailleur. It's got the same chain. I could have changed it. I should have changed it, but I didn't because I was frustrated with her. So I just said, screw her. That's the way you're going. And it's all this fault. Also mine. It's got Shimano Alivo rear derailleur with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gears and a Shimano rear hub wrapped to SP13 Wyman's double wall 700 wheel. Ghetto bird again. And those are wrapped on Kenda's K series or K Shield. There you go, K Shield. And these are 700 by 35s. So it's pretty decent. It's a decent commuter. Brakes come from a Tecro B brakes. And Avencent Flex Gel saddle that I had laying around that I took off one of my old bikes. It's got a Mongoose seat post. Not sure if you can see it in there. And a Bontrager quick release. One of the things I liked about this one is that it had all the cables on top. So if you go muddy or if you go kind of cyclocrossing, you don't have to worry about the gears getting all gunked up or anything because everything's on top. See, everything's top routed. I left the flat bars with the Shimano HB trigger shifters. I added a threadless adapter to go with the threadless stem, which is on right there. I did put new grease in here. I left the grips that I had. I'm not really sure what they are, but I was just like, whatever. All love was lost for this bike during the build, and it was my fault. A very enjoyable build got to a very frustrating build because I didn't take the time and do it right. Tecro V brakes in the front with the matching Gary Fisher fork. Very important. I could have gone with the 118 threadless fork. I'm sorry, 1 1/8 threadless fork, but then I would have to buy a new headset, and I would still have to deal with this fork. I do have another fork right there. Have another one somewhere in that mesh right there. But the fact that it was the matching fork, and it's one of those things where, like, I have to deal with it. You know, I can't just be like, oh, I'll deal with it later, which is what I usually do. If it wasn't the original fork, I might have gone another route. But because it's the original fork, I just left it there. It's again Tecro B brakes, Origin 8. Not sure what these are called. Horn adapters, maybe. I'm not sure. No name hub in the front, but still wrapped with the Wyman's SP17s and the Kenda tires. And this is where all my frustration happened because, and trust me, I know it's like, oh, this should have been simple. It should have been simple. But Threadless adapter was one piece. The bolt was off another one. So I had to take apart 1, 2, 3, 4 stems to make this work. And that's going to bite me in the butt later. But that's okay. Oh, by the way, we decorated for Halloween. That's air. That one's air. And then those are my other bikes. So, what's the end of the PSA? Take your time. If you know you're doing it wrong, step away and come back later when you're less frustrated. I don't tend to do that. I tend to just be like, and just caveman hammer, boom, or Hulk smash, and I make more work than I should have. So for right now, Yard Show Cycles out.